It was one of the most powerful and pivotal moments in American history and Black history. On March 7, 1965, in Selma, Alabama, Bloody Sunday was a turning point in the civil rights movement.
And one woman who was born and raised in Selma, who now lives right here in Connecticut, was there that day. Tonight in our Salute to Black History Month, she is sharing her story for the very first time, telling Channel 3's Wendell Edwards what she learned and what she will never forget.
For Lola Johnson,
when we walked to the bridge, it was about 650 of us that Sunday.
Not a day goes by that she doesn't remember.
My entire family was out there. You know, my sisters, my brothers, my aunts.
March 7th, 1965, Bloody Sunday in Selma, Alabama. She was 14 when she was among the throng of marchers trying to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Turn around and disperse.
So when we reached the bridge, someone spoke out with the bullhorn, you know, saying this march is illegal. It's detrimental for your safety.
She vividly recalls the white state trooper giving that 3-minute warning, counting down from his bullhorn. And at the end of those 3 minutes, the marchers started to pray, just as the violence started to begin. State troopers attacked with tear gas and billy clubs. Lola's sister was hit in the head. Lola was hit with the tear gas.
It was awful. It felt like your entire body was burning. You're screaming and you can't breathe, like you're gasping for air. Your eyes burning. At that point, I was afraid at that moment, you know. So we turned around and we went back to the church.
Her fear so real, the moment so big. At this point, Lola wasn't sure what to do. Her sister was in the hospital suffering a concussion. Many others were in jail and also injured. But the marchers were determined. They tried again the following Tuesday, which became Turnaround Tuesday. And Lola found herself right back with them.
I was ready to march.
What changed?
It's just motivation, you know. I could see now it was a motivation, determination.
2 weeks later, on the third attempt, the march was successful. Led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the large group marched from Selma to Montgomery.
We shall not be moved.
Lola says, still steeped in her memory all along that journey, the sound of the most soulful singing she'd ever heard.
We sung all day.
All day?
All day, yes.
Every step?
Every step.
Today, she carries those memories like a gift. She says it taught her perseverance and patience and how to treat people.
And treat others the way I want to be treated. Help everyone. And that's why I went to school for nursing.
She got married, moved to Connecticut, and raised her family. She's a retired nurse now, but still helping people by never forgetting her part of history that helped put a nation firmly on a new path. In East Hartford, Wendell Edwards, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Oh my goodness, what an incredible woman. Wendell, thank you for sharing that story. Now, we did ask Ms. Johnson if she got to meet Dr. King, and she did. She said that she remembers him as a humble man who was always personable.
Absolutely amazing journey. During Black History Month, Quinnipiac University wanted to know what Americans were taught in school, and only 27% of adults surveyed say the American history they were taught in school reflected a full and accurate account of the role of African Americans in the U.S., while 66% say what they were taught fell short.
Well, right now we're tracking a lot of rain coming our way, right, Mark?
Got rain, wind, and a big drop in temperature. So we'll start off with the wind because that's why we're in an early warning weather alert, because it could be damaging. It could lead to some scattered power outages. And the worst of this storm is going to come while we're sleeping, say between 11 p.m. and 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we do have wind advisories up for the western part of our state, a lot of the shoreline and eastern Connecticut under high wind warnings. Basically, what this boils down to is that it's going to be very windy tonight. We could get gusts 50 to 60 miles an hour, and eastern Connecticut perhaps some gusts to over 60 to 65 miles an hour. So here's Futurecast showing as we head through the evening hours, gusting say 20 to 30 miles an hour. Again, it's after midnight and just prior to the arrival of a cold front that the wind out of the southwest could gust. Again, you can see here on this particular model run over 50 miles an hour in some locations. And then as we make our way through the day tomorrow, the wind will start to subside a bit. It's still going to be windy, but the worst of it will be behind us again toward daybreak. By the afternoon, afternoon, wind gusts between, say, 25 and 35 miles an hour. But by then, temperatures will be trending in the downward direction. That's why we have an arrow down on the 7-day for tomorrow. We're going to start the day in the 50s, but by the afternoon, temperatures will be falling from the 30s, and by this time tomorrow night, even into the 20s. In some locations, that wind will feel even colder. The upcoming holiday weekend, maybe a couple of flurries, a brief snow shower on Saturday, highs in the mid and upper 30s. The breeze will make it feel even colder, so wind chills on Saturday will be in the 20s, but it does trend milder over the 3-day weekend. Lots of sunshine Sunday, low 40s, near 50 on President's Day Monday, and then Tuesday into Wednesday of next week, we've got milder air as well as our next chance for some rain. So mid and upper 50s for that time frame. Then by next Thursday, behind a cold front, a little bit cooler with highs back between 40 and 45. So for shoreline highs, upper 30s Saturday, close to 40 Sunday, upper 40s by Monday, President's Day. So our view from Hartford right now showing overcast skies. You can see actually how the clouds are moving so quickly there, given the wind even aloft. And our view from New Haven, 50 degrees there. And look at the wind flapping around the flag in New London, the camera shaking around even. Wind sustained right now, south-southwest at 24 miles an hour. So that southerly direction, keeping coastal communities a little bit cooler today. Meanwhile, inland, we did touch, if not exceed, the 60-degree mark in some locations. So that wind gets stronger tonight out of the southwest. No real wind chill, of course, right now, but that changes by this time tomorrow. So the rain off to our west works across Connecticut as we head from the evening into the overnight hours, all in association with a potent storm system making big headlines through the lower Mississippi River Valley with a threat for severe weather and tornadoes there. Here in Connecticut, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder and some heavy rain, but that's basically it. You can see 11 o'clock points thereafter, rain coming down at a good clip across Connecticut. So around the morning commute tomorrow, it's going to be winding down from west to east, and behind this cold front, the wind switches to the west and northwest and filters colder, drier air into the state. So temperatures inland tomorrow, again, starting in the mid-50s. That's where we're going to spend the overnight hours, and then eventually drop into the 40s, into the 30s as we head toward tomorrow evening's commute. Again, plenty of sunshine as we get past, say, mid to late morning. Same for the shoreline, 50s to start, heading to the 30s by the evening commute. Our Saturday, again, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, a chance for a brief snow shower, and then other than that, we're going to see mainly dry weather. So just a window of time on Saturday to see some flurries or an isolated snow shower, mid and upper 30s, closer to 40. For Sunday, a calmer wind with a mostly sunny sky.
Mark, thank you. A warning from police about scammers using fake phone numbers, what to do if you get a spoofing call, and how to report it.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you. It's all right. I'm all right. Oh, We are back right now with some breaking news just into the newsroom from Vernon during rush hour. 2 lanes of I-84 eastbound are closed right now. 2 lanes between exits 63 and 64 due to a crash. Now, the DOT said that this all involves a tractor trailer and another vehicle, a very serious situation here. But traffic, as you can imagine, is backing up quite a bit right now in that area. If you are driving that way, you may want to definitely take your time or find a different route to get where you're going.
All right, now in Middletown, we've got quiet, dry, mostly cloudy conditions, and it is certainly on the breezy side. That wind intensifies tonight. Initially out of the south, is going to keep temperatures fairly mild. But notice as we head toward 9, 10 o'clock tonight, rain becomes likely, heavy at times. There will be rain around very early in the day tomorrow. So kind of winding down at the bus stop to start the day. We're going to be mild in the 50s, but we're going to trend much colder as the day progresses. We'll fall from the 40s into the 30s by the ride home. The wind tomorrow is going to make it feel much colder. We'll break down again this potent cold front for tonight and, of course, the upcoming holiday weekend ahead on Eyewitness News at 6.
The individual claimed that they were from the local sheriff's department using our phone number and criticized the caller for not cooperating with the supposed fraud investigation.
Scam artists now impersonating police officers on the phone in one Connecticut town.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Roger Suzanne talked to an expert about how to protect yourself from this so-called spoofing.
Enfield police are sounding the alarm about a scam. Criminals are calling unsuspecting victims pretending to be cops and asking for money. They even use phony phone numbers to look legit. The crime is called spoofing.
This is really an attack not so much on technology as it is human nature.
Dave Bykowski is a cybersecurity expert at the Kelser Corporation, an IT consulting company in Glastonbury. He says spoofing has become an even bigger issue in recent years because of technology advancements.
Awareness of this and knowing what to do about it really is the best tool against any of these types of scams.
Enfield residents tell us the crimes are frustrating, especially because there are multiple potential victims. Homeowners could lose money, and the calls could harm the police department's reputation.
No, they work hard to build the relationship with the community, and then somebody comes in and says, oh, I'm a police officer? No, that's not right.
Dave says be cautious. No matter what your caller ID says, be skeptical of anyone who asks for personal information or money over the phone.
Verify and validate, is this call actually legitimately coming from a charity or is it coming from a scammer?
And when in doubt, hang up and look up. Find a valid number for the business, department, or agency and call them back. Bottom line, trust your gut and don't become a victim.
Pay attention and just get a sense of what does or doesn't feel right. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it.
In Enfield, Roger Suzanne, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.